Good morning, and for many of you, good morning again. We apologize for the technical difficulties earlier. This is, though, a nice virtual turnout for the second time. My name is Jeff Hensley. I am chair of the Fresno Regional Workforce Development Board. There are a lot of smiling faces here on the screen today. Smiles, I think, that shine a light on the very real accomplishments that we are honoring. Each of today's award winners has opened a life-changing path for themselves and their family. And more than that, in many cases, maybe also providing siblings, friends, and even acquaintances with a hopeful vision, a glimpse into what is possible with tenacious persistence and a little opportunity. So besides the honorees, today we're also acknowledging the contributions of our workforce development, management, and staff. My fellow board members who volunteer their time, the training organizations we work with throughout the city, the county, our Central Valley region, and the state, and our local education and employment development partners, and maybe most of all, the many local business leaders and their employees who opened the door. By taking a chance with us, they've given well-trained, well-screened, incredibly well-qualified job seekers a chance to earn self-sufficiency. I think of these workforce partner organizations as quiet contributors, with business leaders at the helm who change a life and increase the performance of their organization in the process. I think that's good for business. I know it's very good for our clients. And I think also it's a step forward for our community. So thank you to our employer partners. Thank you to all, and to all of you here today who've contributed so much to the accomplishments we are honoring. You've contributed much to the accomplishments that we are recognizing. Please permit me, however, to also take a step back for a moment, to acknowledge the chronic nature of our systemic local business development, workforce readiness, and many other employment-related issues. These are embedded challenges. They've stunted the quality of life in our community for way too long. Yet they've also developed their own crushing momentum that is not easily stopped. We will not solve these problems today, but they are not just conditions to live with either. They demand hope and require persistence, the same kind of persistence, the same individual vision for improvement that today's award winners have demonstrated in their lives. That, I think, means we will need to marshal, to expect from ourselves and from others, even higher levels of creativity, accountability for outcomes. These are our most fundamental challenges, I think, if we are to make the kind of progress that's needed to pass on a community of opportunity. One offering the hope, one offering the potential that our children and our grandchildren deserve. That said, here today, we are recognizing the best of the magic that can happen when effective application of community resources meets a very real personal commitment to succeed. For me, and for many of you, I think, we stand in awe of the challenges overcome, the character revealed, in awe of the human potential that we will hear in the stories, see in the smiles of today's honorees. They are impressive, and their results are powerful, and we honor them now. One of our most important partners in what is a cooperative public-private workforce development board effort is the city of Fresno. So I'm very happy to introduce the city's representative at today's ceremony. He has been a community leader for decades, the chief of our police department with high visibility. But the most significant contributions he has made have always been behind the scenes, working with community leaders, cooperating with agencies, engaging with religious and community-based organizations, working tirelessly to knit together progress on many of the most significant issues affecting the success of our community and the well-being of our residents. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very pleased to introduce Mayor Jerry Dyer.
As you are aware, the Fresno Workforce Board as a Joint Powers Authority, or JPA, between the City of Fresno and the County of Fresno. The Fresno Workforce Board of Directors oversees annually some $18 million in United States Department of Labor funding to retrain unemployed and underemployed workers and to serve young adults with barriers to employment. This year, that federal funding is added by an unprecedented $11 million in funds they have received from competitive grants. Added up, this $29 million equals resources sorely needed by our Fresno community. Today, we particularly honor those adults and young adults who have made the transition to the world of work most successful. In doing so, they have overcome a host of barriers. We additionally honor those employers who have made such work possible. It's important that we acknowledge such success, as it benefits not only the individuals who are working, not only the employers they are working for, but also strengthens our entire community. I'm excited to be here today to add my voice in offering congratulations to all of today's award winners. I'll close by adding that we are keenly anticipating the Young Adult Summer Internship Program that is coming to the City of Fresno in June. Funded by the Fresno Workforce Board, administered in partnership with the Fresno Career Nexus and the City of Fresno, the program will offer paid summer internships in various city departments to qualified Fresno young adults. And now, on with the rest of our program.
Thank you, Mayor Dyer, for those kind words. And thank you all for attending today's virtual awards ceremony, part 2, since this is our second try at it. We appreciate your patience. I am Blake Conzel, Executive Director of the Fresno Regional Workforce Development Board. As Mayor Dyer mentioned, we are a joint powers authority between the City of Fresno and the County of Fresno, which receives the majority of its funds from the United States Department of Labor. Those monies are put out to help unemployed and underemployed workers to get access to better careers or to get access to training which will lead to better careers. For those who need to hone those types of skills with training, our board identifies quality training providers and then pays for those types of classes. Obviously, we would prefer to be doing this awards ceremony in person. God willing, with vaccination rollouts, next year we will be able to have our annual awards breakfast again. Award ceremonies like these are important. It's important for both organizations and for individuals to take time to acknowledge success. Most positive change in life is incremental. What we honor today are both significant personal leaps and important incremental community leaps. By acknowledging the successful completion of these increments, we achieve 2 important ends. First, it helps us to see if we're on the right track. By knowing where we were and where we are, we can determine what path we've been following and whether or not that path will get us to the goal that we want. Second, it should be the case that we acknowledge success with the same fervor that many of us use to acknowledge failure. The trainees and businesses we recognize today are all worthy of such acknowledgement of success. Their individual and business achievements not only help them on a personal basis, but also help to add to the vibrancy of our local Fresno economy. In that way, they're helping not only themselves, but all of us who call Fresno home. Now I'd like to talk just a little bit about Workforce Board success, and there are 3 areas that I would like to focus on. First, your Fresno Workforce Board did not close during this COVID pandemic. Our centers have remained open, albeit on a scheduled basis. Legally, we weren't allowed to have the door open where anybody could come in whenever they want. Nonetheless, individuals scheduled appointments, used our resource rooms, our computers, our job search materials, and appointments continued with career counselors to aid them in their job search at tables where they were 6 feet apart. Relatedly, your workforce board administrative staff met with our training providers and wherever possible converted classroom training to online training. We were aided in this by a grant from the State of California Workforce Development Board, which allowed us to purchase hundreds of laptop computers with embedded hotspots so that individuals who didn't have access to technology could continue such coursework and have the right tools to do it. Second, I'd like to acknowledge your Fresno Workforce Board's phenomenal success in pursuing discretionary grants. Many of these being regional, meaning that the state classifies this as a region that stretches from San Joaquin in the north all the way down to Kern County in the south. And Fresno acts as a fiscal agent on many, many, many regional proposals. Our formula budget for program year 2020 to 2021 is a little bit over $18 million. That budget is augmented by an incredible $11 million in successful competitive grants. I can tell you, as somebody who's been involved in this workforce world for more than 25 years, that amount of money, especially when viewed as a percentage against the regular funding, is massive. And it means that more resources are being brought to City of Fresno and County of Fresno residents for retraining and reemployment. Third, I must acknowledge that within those discretionary grant dollars are our continuing programs in the area of pre-apprentice construction training. Your Fresno Workforce Board recently began its 35th cohort of individuals for that training, this over the last 12 years. Our partnership with the Fresno Madera Kings Tulare Building Trades Council has made this training possible and is clearly one of the main jewels in our tiara. Fourth, I only said 3, but nobody ever claimed that I was humble. A fourth area that I'd like to acknowledge is the new training that your Fresno Workforce Board has launched in the area of forest tech. This in partnership with the forestry program at Reedley College and the local conservation corps run by Fresno EOC, the Economic Opportunities Commission. This program gives us an opportunity to get in front of the ball. Every year, every summer, we see again and again massive wildfires in areas of forests in the Sierras that are the direct result of dead or dying trees not being cleared away. We did research and discovered that there was a lack of qualified human capital, of qualified workers to undertake that work. This program directly trains such individuals, and as they begin to enter the workforce and clear out such detritus from the forest, it will have a direct impact on the severity of such fires.
It's like the ultimate test in, physical strength, problem solving, mental strength. On top of that, you kind of live in this Spartan environment. The biggest thing that people need to know is that fire was here long before we were. And there is no option to not have fire out here. I think what most people don't know about where we're at here in Central California is that fire played such a prominent role in shaping the vegetation and the landscape over millions and millions of years. I think people would be surprised at the amount of natural occurring fires that happen every year. We would get probably anywhere between 20 to 40 lightning fires every year. And nobody hears about them because the crews are able to get out there, mobilize, and put them out. Our forests naturally require fire on the landscape, which thins out the fuels and makes these catastrophic fires less, probable. And so what we're doing here is we're training students at the ground level to be good fuels management practitioners.
We need obviously young, healthy people who are going to go out into these forests and tackle these fuels management issues. We make a point of trying to recruit the most diverse cohorts we can: gender, income, ethnicity, recently returned veterans, people who've had to deal with the criminal justice system. We want to make this opportunity available to everybody.
As I worked in the Federal Fire Service, and worked in suppression, worked in fuels management, it really became apparent the need to do this type of work.
There's an insufficient number of trained workers to take those forestry jobs, those forestry fuel management jobs. And that's when we said, wow. And here in Fresno and in the Valley, areas of high unemployment, we thought this is perfect. We can train our local residents to get these good jobs at the same time as they're getting a career in these industries. They're also helping to preserve our environment, eliminate the danger of fire. It's a win-win on both sides, the community level and on the personal level.
Just as someone, who's just a regular person, they see a forest and they see a bunch of trees all like dense and together, oh, that's a healthy forest. But with this class, we're learning that that's not necessarily the case.
Can't really undo the past, but what we can do is move forward and train folks up to know what right looks like out in the woods. Reducing fuels is something that we're going to need. So we give them a lot of background on the rationale behind the fuels work. We also talk a lot about fire ecology and the fuel loading in our ecosystem right now and how we got to the point where we're at now.
What caught my eye mainly was it's free. 20 weeks, completely free. I didn't pay a dime. I got free boots that are valued at $300-$400.
We were initially funded by a small grant from the State of California Workforce Development Board to get this program off the ground with our local Conservation Corps, Reedley College, and Associated California Loggers, the employers. After we got it off the ground, we were then able to go to CAL FIRE and apply for a much larger grant, which we were successful in getting, that is funding cohorts of these trainees here in Fresno to do this work in the Southern Sierras.
This program exists so we can support the agencies that are trying to do the work. There's a lot of programs within the state, within the federal agencies that are ramping up their fuels management programs. And so for that, they're going to need personnel to do that. And so this integrated fuels program that we have, we're training the up-and-coming crop.
3 phases. Phase 1 is the introduction to forestry. Second is integrated fuels management. And then phase 3 is work experience, which I'm really looking forward to. And you get paid for it.
They're employees, they're Corps members. So it's on the ground doing the actual field work of what they've studied at Reedley College.
The students learn about forest health, fire ecology, how fire moves across the landscape. They learn about fuels management.
You're learning how to lay hose, you're learning how to fall these trees with a chainsaw, you're learning chainsaw maintenance, tool maintenance, how to communicate on a fire line, how to, just how to be in a team atmosphere. I feel like I'm retaining a lot of the information because, we can sit in a class and drill us with PowerPoints or assignments and whatnot, but if you're not actually out in the field doing it, then you're not really gonna learn.
We're really getting along with each other quite well. We all want to be here. And when you do something with a group of people and you're all equally passionate about it, it just raises the whole level for everybody.
When you're out here and you're many hours in and you're tired, you're hungry, you're complaining, but you're doing that together. You're not alone.
The team atmosphere, like the camaraderie, we kind of became like a little family, just, come in every day. That's what I love about it.
Being with this team is like, we've developed bonds and I think friendships that will definitely last for years to come, and hopefully we'll be able to end up working together.
This course is designed to be challenging, because you don't really grow as a person unless you're outside of your comfort zone. And this job requires that you do that in the first place.
The training that this program provides does open a lot of avenues.
It's going to test people physically and mentally.
You could go into timber and logging. You could absolutely go into wildland firefighting because you get all these fire certs and you understand the forest and you get the base level training you need.
It changes you inside, things start to switch where you didn't think you were capable of doing certain things, and you know that you are. It instills a little bit more confidence.
You could also go into being a forest technician. You have the base certs for that.
It helps you to look at life as a whole in a totally different way.
I'm currently on parole, and my parole agent had mentioned the program, and he told me, hey, you know what? I think you'd be a good candidate for this. Don't let, your situation stop you from going beyond. So there's a lot of possibilities in this field, and they look more on how you work and how hard you're willing to work than your background. And if you can prove yourself and prove that you're a good individual and that you want it, this is a place for you.
But me personally, I want to be a hot shot because they're like the elite fire crew, and that's what I want to do. That seems like it'd be the most challenging in this field, and I feel like I'd be good at that, so I want to be a hot shot.
My future looks so different after this program than before because not only do you get a lot of great training, but you learn about opportunities constantly throughout this that you didn't know existed before.
There's so many different options and different routes and avenues you can take, but that's the good part of this whole program. It's like the sky's the limit, really.
Just get down and dirty and put in some work.
When the farmers that live on here stop and talk to us, they thank us. They say thank you. When they see the logos, when they see us working, they know that it's for the better good, and it is beneficial for the community.
Our prime metric is employment. Are the people who are being trained getting hired in forestry tech jobs? That is the metric, and they are.
I've never considered the forest as a career path. Anytime we finish something, you're feeling accomplished. It's one of the best feelings ever. The more I look at it, the more I spend more time out here, the more I fall in love with it.
Well, enough about the Workforce Board. Let's turn then to the individuals and businesses that we are here to honor today. First today, we'd like to acknowledge Fabrizio Lafaro, Superintendent at Valley ROP, with our Workforce Champion Award. You're going to get to see a video from Fabrizio, but I would like to particularly acknowledge the fact that as an education provider of vocational education, Fabrizio has always been concerned that the quality training that he offers be offered at a time and on a calendar that is accessible to the most people. We have unemployed individuals in our county. We also have large numbers of working poor people. Educational offerings are not really of value to working poor people if they're only offered during working hours when these people are at a job. I want to salute Fabrizio for not only having quality training in industry sectors like healthcare, where there's a demand to hire people, but again, for offering that training on dates and times and on calendars that make it possible for the most people to access it. Fabrizio.
Thank you, Blake. I really appreciate the chance to be the Workforce Champion. I'm honored. My name is Fabrizio Lofaro. I'm from Valley ROP. And our partnership with the Workforce Connection and the Workforce Development Board for the last 6 years has been incredible. I'd like to also thank Nuvia Valera for all the partnership that we've done with several programs. We do a lot of programs for adults, for EMT and CNA, and also for the out of school youth with internships and job placement for students who are advancing their careers for career technical education. In the Central Valley, we must work together and partner with several agencies to make sure that we can work together to advance people's life and make sure that we can give a lot of people the chance to have opportunities and develop skills to get jobs that are in high demand and high pay. And with the Workforce Connection and Workforce Development Board, we've been doing just so. And again, I'm honored to even be nominated for such a award, because I know that there is a lot of people in the Central Valley that do a lot of work and a lot of good things. So just to be put in the same pool of those people and those names and companies that do that every day, it's an honor to me. Again, working together is the number one thing to make sure that we can create opportunities for everybody.
Next, we'd like to acknowledge our Young Adult Achievement Award winner, Andrew Vu. The video that you're about to see will go through his accomplishments. You'll get a chance to hear from Andrew. But again, congratulations, Andrew, our Young Adult Achievement Award winner.
The Fresno Regional Workforce Development Board Young Adult Outstanding Achievement Award is presented to a young adult that has demonstrated a commitment to making changes in their lives and has overcome personal barriers to achieve professional success.
The 2020 annual award winner has been awarded to Andrew Vu.
My name is Andrew Vu, and I'm from Fresno, California.
I nominated Andrew Vu for the Outstanding Participant because he does a lot of amazing things and he doesn't ask for much in return. His attitude and his humbleness is second to none. Every task that he was given, he excelled at it beyond anybody's expectations. He did not let his background become the determining factor of his success. He used his background as a motivational tool and a molding tool to sculpt him into the man he is today.
So when I first went to Workforce Connection, I gave it a shot. I met Anthony, he's my counselor, and he was really nice, and you know, he made me feel like family, so I gave it a shot. From there on, I learned a lot of stuff.
Andrew had always mentioned to me that he wanted to do something more hands-on and construction related, so we chose to explore that option.
They got me ready for everything. Like I said, I didn't have no goals when I first came out until I met them, you know, because they was interested in what I wanted to do in life, and really I didn't really know what I wanted to do until I talked to my counselor. And you know, like, I love working hands-on stuff, and we was talking about construction and stuff like that, and he got me a good job.
Andrew completed his training of the Valley Build Multiple Construction Trades Pre-Apprenticeship Program. He excelled in that program. He was exposed to multiple trades, and he was commended for his hard work from his instructors as well as his peers. We set him up with a paid work experience with the construction site.
So what I usually do at work is but whatever they need help with, I can help them with. I put a drywall, I operate the forklift, I throw these trash into the forklift bin, and then I dump in the big green trash can, and I do electrical, a little bit of plumbing, mudding up drywall, and just taking materials to whoever needs certain materials. I go look for it and I give it to them.
Andrew's hard work, it never goes unnoticed, even though he doesn't mention it. At one point in our program, this man was doing the training 8 to 4:30 and working in the evenings 6 to 10 to provide for his family and also ensure that his future was going to be brighter than ever.
I think the program is amazing. It changed my life for sure. Like I said, it got me ready for life. The staff there is great. Everybody there is for us, you know, they're there to help us. I'm doing so well because of them.
When I was asked to speak about Andrew and what made him outstanding, that was an easy answer for me. I think what makes Andrew so outstanding is that Everything he's done, you and I will say is outstanding, but Andrew will tell you he's just doing what he's supposed to do.
Thank Workforce Connections because they changed my life, and I want to thank all the staff that's over there. Everybody helped out. It's not just one person, but everybody did put in effort to help me out to be so successful. And I would really like to thank, my counselor, that he amazing. I want to thank him really much and the whole program. They've been amazing to me.
Now we'd like to recognize our Adult Outstanding Achievement Award winner, Jimmy Prieto. Again, the video that you're about to see will go over some of his particular accomplishments. Congratulations, Jimmy Prieto.
The Fresno Regional Workforce Development Board Adult Outstanding Achievement Award is presented to an adult that has demonstrated a commitment to making changes in their lives and has overcome personal barriers to achieve professional success. The 2020 Annual Adult Outstanding Achievement Award has been awarded to Jimmy Prieto.
My name is Jimmy Prieto and I live in Pixie, California. Prior to Workforce Connection, I was working like a minimum wage job, kind of living paycheck to paycheck. I was able to go to Workforce and they were able to help me to find my career and really find what I really wanted and what I was good at. My career goal is to be a truck driver, probably become like an owner operator. Within 5 years, probably buy my own truck and have like my own schedule and stuff.
My client, Jimmy Prieto, basically his background was that he had some barriers when he came into the program. He was looking for help. So when he came to the program, he was very dedicated as far as finding something for himself so he can better himself and his family. So he came to me. We started working as far as finding a plan for him so we can get him the training he needed so he can refocus his life and better himself. During our meetings, he was very focused. He came in on time. He kept all his appointments, and if he didn't, he made calls or reschedule his appointments.
I'm a milk hauler. I work for Shannon Brothers. What I do on a regular day, I pick up like 6 different dairies. So daily I go to 6 different dairies and I pump the milk and then take it back to the plant. So I'll haul it to like to a milk plant and they make like butter and stuff like that, and ice cream and different stuff that you would make with milk.
What made him outstanding is that he humbled himself to ask for help. He overcame his challenges. He refocused his life and priorities. And he was I believe he was very grateful for the opportunity to come in and get an opportunity for a new career change.
I would have to say the most important thing that I learned about myself was that if you really want something in life and like you really try hard and just see the people that are willing to help you, you know what I mean, and just allow them to help you and just helping me find what I'm good at and what's gonna work for me. And by getting the job, pretty much it was one of my dreams to become a truck driver, and it took a while to do that. And Workforce helped me do that. I had to have faith in myself that I was gonna pass like the whole school and the training. So it was really exciting to start working and see everything come together. I would like to send a really big thank you from like the staff that would greet me when I would come in the office, the ladies in the front to the people in the back, and just everybody that helped me throughout the whole process, because it wasn't just one person. All of them, they're really cool. I'm just very thankful.
I would now like to introduce our Business of Excellence Award winner. They serve our adult community, Dicora Transitional Health and Living.
The 2020 Adult Business of Excellence Award is presented to Dicora Transitional Health and Living in Reedley. We recognize them for their collaborative work with both Workforce Connection and the Business Services Center. in providing career-oriented positions to our job candidates. This includes their participation in both in-person and virtual job fairs over the last year, resulting in the hiring of 7 of our participants who had recently completed certified nursing assistant training with Valley ROP.
My name is Nathan Williams. I'm an administrator with Decorah Transitional Health, and we are proud to be partners with Workforce Development. We've been in business for approximately 4 years, where we take care of 56 residents at our Reedley location, and happy to have great partnerships with Valley ROP and Workforce Development. We've been working with Workforce Development for a good 2 to 3 years. My time there, and they've been wonderful partners. They've really helped our business maintain staff, find and train staff, help staff grow, develop, and continue on their career journey. The participants we get that work with Workforce Development are eager to work, eager to learn, want to continue on, and want to find the pathway on how they can. And those are great qualities, and they also get the benefit of learning some of the soft skills that are so hard to find, interviewing and public speaking, and some of those great opportunities that they get with Workforce Development. We look forward to continuing our partnership with them in the near future, and can't say enough good things about all the great programs that are going on in Workforce Development.
I'm proud to introduce our Business of Excellence Award winner serving youth aged 14 to 24, SenCal CNC.
The 2020 Youth Business of Excellence Award is presented to SenCal CNC of Kingsburg for demonstrating a commitment to teaching our youth participants valuable skill sets in the manufacturing sector. Such work has included the use of CNC machinery, understanding blueprints and measurements, working in teams, punctuality, honesty, and reliability. Supervisors work with each customer to help them develop good work habits, learn how to take direction, and succeed in an industrial workplace environment.
On behalf of Workforce Connection, I want to thank SenCal CNC for being an outstanding employer and for hiring our work experience participants and being a part of their success.
Hi, my name is Josh Wiebe with SenCal CNC. We are a CNC machine shop in Kingsburg, California. We do machining, fabrication, and we want to thank Workforce Connection for the Business of Excellence Award. It's been great to work with them, and they've been able to place multiple young people here. We have 5 right now, 3 from previous assignments and 2 recent assignments. But it seems like we always get great young people out of there, and it's great to work with Workforce. They make the process smooth and easy, and looking forward to more of that in the future.
I want to thank you all for being here today. If you were present at our earlier attempt to do this awards ceremony, I want to thank you for your patience on that day too. As I mentioned, I think it's important for both individuals and organizations to pause and acknowledge successes that they've had. And today we've tried to share some of the main successes that we've had over the course of the last year. Thank you for joining us today and for partnering with us in our workforce efforts.